Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, RegisKillbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is my latest Decksperiment, where I experiment with a cool or interesting, fun, new deck idea, and this time around, it's going to be a weapon pirate rogue. So not a super hyper-aggressive pirate rogue like you might expect from a pirate warrior, but instead a more mid-range rogue that focuses on utilizing pirate weapon synergies to do some cool and fancy fun new things. So all that said, let's just go ahead and jump into the deck creation process as it was recorded live on my Twitch stream. And this time around, I want to build a pirate weapon rogue. Now, this is not like a pirate warrior, which might be the first thing that comes to mind, which is a class and an archetype that runs pirates and weapons. Those just share names or themes, but I don't think this deck is going to look like that. Because if you look at what's available to Rogue as both the kind of pirate synergy cards and weapon synergy cards, they're very different than what is available to Warriors. So it's less about like really aggressive pirates and weapon buffs that give you durability, and it's more about what I would call more value-oriented cards than like tempo or aggression-oriented cards. For instance, Lucky Do Buccaneer is one of the pirate synergy cards available to Rogue, which I want to put in this deck. But it's way slower than what a pirate rogue or pirate warrior would want to do, because it's just going to be a big minion that you play down on turn 6 as a big body, which pirate warrior can't afford to do because they're looking for much more instant damage. They want late game cards like Arcanite Reaper and Leroy to do instant damage, not to play big, more value-oriented minions. So I think what this deck's going to look like is a little bit more of a mid-range deck than an aggro deck, because we're going to have some of these bigger mid-range minions like the South Sea Squidface, the Lucky Do Buccaneer. And that means we just can't go that super aggressive. Not to mention the real card that inspires this list for me and that makes it interesting, and I don't know that it's good necessarily, but that is Unguro's Envenom Weapon, which gives your weapon poisonous, which is just really good value removal in the mid to late game. So this is the kind of card that can really help you establish those Lucky Do Buccaneers and then protect them with on-board trades via an Envenom Weapon in the mid game. So this is basically what makes it a weapon deck, not to mention, of course, the Squid Face just gives your weapon attack to trade into minions. So we're probably going to be using our weapon to attack things and kill minions as opposed to attack the face and try to kill our opponent. So those two cards, I think, will probably end up running a Deadly Poison. All that said, let's just go ahead and start adding the cards, right? Because we just need to start building the list, and then we can go from there, essentially. So the first thing I want to do is definitely the Lucky Do Buccaneer, but I only have one. So I'm actually going to burn some dust here to create the second one, just to get these bad boys in the deck. And I want to make a note about these. I think the way this is going to work is like the old Dragon Warrior list used to work, probably Mean Streets, a little bit before Mean Streets. Dragon Warrior ran Draconid Crusher as sort of that mid-game big body that if your opponent couldn't answer, they just pummel you for 9 and win the game. And I think that's basically what this Lucky Do Buccaneer is going to be for us. It's just going to be based on weapons instead of our opponent's health. So it's even more kind of board or value-oriented than the Draconid Crusher would be, but a similar kind of minion, and probably, at the end of the day, a similar kind of deck as well. So pretty neat little minion. Hopefully, I don't think this has been tested a lot. It might totally suck. All of it might totally suck. That's the whole point of an experiment, right? Is like, it's probably going to halfway suck, but we're going to try our very best. So, we definitely want to just toss in all these rogue pirates, for sure. And we definitely want to toss in other pirates here as well. And because this is still going to be a pirate deck at the end of the day, right? We might actually have too many here. We might pull back on this a little bit. But we don't care about Blackwater Pirate, because like I said, I don't think we're actually going to be running weapon cards. So this is not good enough anyway, probably, but even if it was, I don't think it fit our deck, because it's mostly going to be our hero power that we're utilizing. Small Time Buccaneer just dies too easily. Galactic Crawler cannibalizes our board as much as our opponents. So I don't think that's right. And then as far as the weapon side of things goes, I definitely wanted to run the Deadly Poison and the Envenom Weapons. And honestly, I think that might be it as far as weapon synergies go. I mean, we do clearly want to get our weapon buffed, but Deadly Poison can take it to 3, which is really the magic number, right? Because Lucky Do Buccaneer is 3 attack. Dread Corsairs go down to 1 mana if you have a 3 attack weapon, which is really nice. Envenom Weapon doesn't actually matter. It doesn't need a weapon buff. Blood Sails become 5/3s, which is really scary. Those are the kind of... and plus, not to mention, we have the Naga Corsair and the Captain Greenskin, too. That can buff it beyond 3, so... you know, it can go to 2, it can go to 3, go to 4 sometimes. The old Blade Fury would have made a great fit in this deck, I think. Because it would have given us some cool AoE removal. But I think this might just be too expensive and doesn't do enough for its cost. We need to think, maybe, are there any other weapon buff cards that would really work well? I mean, we could try to run like a Perdition's Blade just because the combo and Battlecry here are pretty valuable at contesting the early game board, but I don't know. We might even cut things like South Sea Deckhand. Like, we definitely need to get off to a sort of fast start as long as we have enough mid game, but this might just be a little bit too much. A little bit too much. Some people watch these videos just for the hair and the beard. I see that comment. That's funny. Thanks, guys. I actually just got a haircut. You probably can't tell a lot with the headset on, but it's shorter. It was getting pretty unruly. Here's other weapon synergy cards. Spiteful Smith is kind of an intriguing thing, but I just don't think it's good enough, right? It's exactly what we want in this deck, but I don't think it's good enough. One thing we do want is the, what's the name of this card? The Violet Illusionist, I think. Because, you know, we're going to be using our face a lot with our weapon to clear things and kill stuff, and the Violet Illusionist can help. I don't know if it's good enough, really, but it kind of makes sense. Because, you know, there's just not enough heal. If we're using our face a lot, a heal theoretically would be pretty good. But I'm just not sure there's enough heal in the game. I mean, Earthring Farseers have been a decent minion and rogue in the past. That's something that we could consider. But I don't know if it's aggressive enough. I think we also need things like Backstab. I said stab really funny just now. Backstab. Prep, really great rogue card traditionally, but I don't think we have enough spells for that to make sense. I mean, like, Prep and Envenom Weapon, it's not going to be a play we need, probably. The question now I feel like we're missing is we probably need Eviscerates still, just because they're so good. We might need some card draw, because we really don't have any card generation. I think we have to cut these deckhands for space. Plus, they're just not going to give us what we need. We're a little bit more defensive than offensive with the deckhands, and although they can charge and trade, we have other stuff for that. We already have the Backstabs, the Deadly Poisons for the early game board contesting. We may not even need South Sea Captains, like, because remember, the South Sea Captains are really best when you've established a board and you're leveraging it to kill your opponent. It is good for trading too, though. But if this is the kind of thing we just play on 3, it just doesn't do anything. We're less about pirate synergy and more about weapon synergy at the end of the day. We're just using our pirates to get that weapon synergy, right? It's not necessarily about pirates synergizing with one another. Basically, all of our pirate cards reinforce weapons, if you look. Every single one, at this point, has something to do with weapons, except Patches, I suppose. But he's just such a good value. Like, I think it's something we have to try. So we definitely want those Eviscerates. I know that for sure. And then beyond that, it's like we have 2 cards here. What on earth could we run? There's always like SI7 agents, which are just good. Early to mid-range minions, which we need. It looks like we're a little light on 2, but we are going to be hero powering on 2 a lot. So I don't know that we need an abundance of 2 mana cards. As far as other good rogue cards, there's like Vilespine Slayer, but I don't know. If we've already got like Envenom Weapon and just minions on the board, I suspect we may not need that. I think I'd rather go for a little bit earlier cost stuff, like maybe SI7 agents. There are probably some good neutral cards, too, I'm not thinking about, that would work really well in our deck. Do we need card draw? Swashbuckler generates cards. Beyond that, we have no way to draw cards, right? Like, we're going to curve out and be down. Like, Bloodmage Thalnos is pretty good for Rogue. We only have Backstabs and Eviscerates, but still, even if it's just a cycle card, maybe that's something that works. We might cut that. I'm not sure it makes a ton of sense. Harrison Jones is a weapon card. In the other direction, of course, but still a weapon card. I mean, Loot Hoarders are probably okay. Cold Light Oracles are kind of interesting. What did Dragon Warriors run? We could maybe do Fan of Knives. Fan of Knives with Bloodmage Thalnos in particular gets exciting. Because that's really good against token decks, which we're going to run into a lot of. We could do Mimic Pod too, but I don't know that we really care about doubling a lot of these things. Ator says the caverns below. That's a pretty good suggestion. Seems like a pretty good card. Firebat made a cool Cthulhu rogue. I actually did one of those too in the past. We did a control rogue already that ran Cthulhu and Blade of Cthulhu. That was pretty fun. Mine was probably worse than Firebat's, no doubt, but still a lot of fun. Different idea though, so probably not going to go that direction here. Edwin? Edwin's not a bad idea, actually, maybe. Edwin's always a good rogue card. We do have some low-cost stuff as well. There's a chance we could hit a big Edwin. I don't know, though. We're kind of getting crowded already. I'd rather have, I think, like a 5 or a 6 drop. Like, if you look, I'm trying to think of, like, Dragon Warrior, because that's sort of the range of cards that I'm modeling this after, right? Like the old Dragon Warrior decks. And I feel like they probably had more 4s and 5s than we do. I'm trying to think what was in that deck. Azure Drakes would be amazing in this deck, too. I'd love to have an Azure Drake. God. They had the Draconid Crushers probably at the top of the curve. Arcanite Reapers. They had Kor'kron Elites. So, like, higher pressure 4 and 5 drops, you know? That kind of stuff. I don't know if we have good options there, to tell you the truth. I think if we get the Thalnos Fanonized, we have the card draw covered. So maybe we do go back to that Spiteful Smith. Like, is that what we want? Is that kind of a card that actually works? You could always toss in something like an Elise. You could toss in a Leroy, but I think we're a little bit more board-oriented than face-oriented. Like, Stranglethorn Tiger's intriguing. What? I thought I had 29. What did I just... Did we add something else? Am I crazy? I thought this was 29 a second ago. Looks right, though. Maybe the Illusionist is not worth it. Maybe we go like a Spiteful Smith instead of the Violet Illusionist. Like, how often is this actually going to keep me alive or matter? I don't think that's going to matter. We have the heal. We're going to win games before we die because we have a lot of pressure, too. I think I'm going to cut the Illusionists. I think I don't like that much. Maybe something like a Spellbreaker would just be better. A lot of stuff to silence in this meta. Like a one big sap could be good too, just as a big taunt tempo removal kind of thing. Like executes, I think were run in the maybe one SI7 agent instead of those illusionists. Maybe that's just compromising a little bit too much. Excuse me, where is Ultras or maybe got an Envenom, plenty of weapon buffs already, and health will be a concern to make room for illusionist. I mean, in theory, that might actually be a better idea, but I do want to stick to these Envenom weapons because that's kind of the whole point of the test, right? The experiment is experimenting with these cards, so I know they're not always the best, but no 2/1 weapon charge pirate. We had it in. I don't know. It may be worth adding back in just because it's another patches activator. Maybe we add in. I don't want to go too early curve though. Between the deadly poisons and the swashbucklers, we probably have enough, actually. Blackening Corruptor. Yeah, that was a great 5-drop, too, for the Dragon Warrior. Yeah, I wish we had something like that. I mean, Vile Spine Slayer, maybe we do run one Vile Spine instead of the Spiteful Smith. Because we do have so many other weapon buffs already. South Squeeze Face. The South Sea Squid Face and the Dread Corsairs, or not Dread Corsairs, I mean Naga Corsairs. Greenskin himself. Deadly Poison. Maybe we run like one Vile Spine. Is that sort of Blackwing Corruptor swing kind of card. I think that's interesting. I don't want to model this too much after Dragon Warrior, but I feel like it does just have a lot of curve similarities and kind of design similarities. Deathwing is not the worst idea I've ever heard, but I think we want to be more consistent in our draw than that. I kind of think this might have to be the list here. I feel like we're getting close. I'm not even sure Captain Greenskin, by the way, is worth it. He might actually be one of the first cards I'd cut from this list, but, you know, Rogue just doesn't have that many choices for buffing their durability of their weapon, unlike Warrior, which has the Cultist and the upgrade. So we're kind of limited, so we might just have to go with that, just in case we hit it occasionally. So... yeah, the iffy cards for me are still Blood Mage Thalnos, Captain Greenskin, not even sure about the Vile Spine, maybe not even the SI7 agent, but I think We do need a little bit of card draw. Plus, you know, I've always hit those big Blood Mage backstabs, Blood Mage eviscerates, Blood Mage fans. Those will roll in from time to time to make it work. So who knows? I think we got to see this in action. We may have to make some revisions after 5-10 games, but I feel like this is a halfway decent start. It looks like we got a solid curve. Got some good rogue staples. We've got the weapon stuff. We got the pirate synergy stuff. Let's just go see what happens, guys. Let's do it. I think that's our list for now. So let me actually get the deck tracker up before I forget, because I actually remembered for once, first time in history. Give me 1 second to get that rolling, and then we'll jump into some games. I may accidentally drop back to rank 10, but at least we got a floor to protect us somewhere along the way. So let's hop into the game. I think actually let me import the decks first. Make sure this is rolling. Should be in here already. Where's Rogue? Pirate Weapon Rogue. Okay, yeah. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but let's get rolling, and then I'll get the deck tracker correctly on screen. Alright, let's catch up on chat. Man, there's a lot of chat. You guys are awesome. Could you imagine if Edwin was in Mage? Primordial Glyph into Glyph into Primordial Glyph. Yeah, that would be a little bit broken. There's a lot of cards that would be broken if they were in other classes. And in fact, that might make a cool video. That's a cool video idea. Alright, let's get the tracker up here. It's going to be pink. Don't freak out. It's going to be pink. There we go. Okay. I don't know what to mulligan. It looks like token always if it's Druid, but Jade's around too. So Druid is now in that place much like Warrior is, where you don't know what to mulligan for. It could be Jade, it could be token. If you mulligan incorrectly, you're screwed both ways. So it's most likely token though, certainly. I love when you guys freak out when the pink screen comes. That's my favorite thing. Developing the weapon's fine. We have backstab. SI is nice. He missed the 1-drop, so if it's token, might be getting off to a slow start. Oh, that's fledgling for sure. Vicious fledgling. Jade Blossom? Jade Blossom. Okay. Might just go ahead and play the Dread Corsair here. We don't have another buff ready to go. So we don't know if this is going to get cheaper. I mean, we could also just play the Bloodsail Raider, right? But next turn on 4 mana, we might be able to weapon and Raider and do other things that we want to do for flexibility's sake. So I think just Dread Corsair weapon is fine. Get the patches out. Maybe bait a swipe early. Who knows? Regis, did you try the card game Elder Scroll Legends? No, I haven't. But it looked cool. I like the idea of it. I can like backstab, weapon, SI, Bloodsail Cultist, or Bloodsail Corsair. Should be fine. We're gonna have a pretty wide board already. Corsair's not gonna get value against Druid, so hopefully we can just swarm this guy down as intended. We can Envenom Weapon anything big he plays moving forward. I might actually load that up next turn anyway. Although, no, we'll get as many minions out as we can until he starts to deal with the minions. We have 8 damage on board. This will come down as a 3-3 as well. This is like the swarm of 3-3s right now. What's that, Wrath? Yeah, okay. That's fine. I don't have a great way to deal with that right now, honestly. Naga Corsair will be a good turn next play, probably. We could go ahead and Envenom Weapon that, but I just think that's wrong. I think that's just objectively bad. Because next turn we have the Corsair into the Raider, which is a pretty solid turn 6. So I think we just have to do this. We'll Envenom Weapon if we have to kill like Jade Behemoth or some scary big Jade later. Unfortunately, he's going to get a value trade, it looks like. We could go ahead and kill that and keep our 3-3s alive, I guess. Just use our 1-attack guys. We sacrifice basically 2 damage. I don't really want to use my weapon, though, because I'm going to get basically a 2-2 instead of a 2-1 with the Naga Corsair next turn if I do this correctly. We still have a Vile Spine for removal. We still have Eviscerates and stuff. I think we're just going to ignore it for now. Just get the damage and pressure while we can. That 2 damage might make the difference. Really surprised we aren't running South Sea Deckhand. Are we too mid-range? That was my thought. I don't know if it's accurate or not. I mean, obviously, who knows, but that was the logic, yeah. Is that we don't need that much pressure, probably. I may regret it in this game, but we'll see. Let's we're probably going to do Swashbuckler, Bloodsail, and Venom, so let's Swashbuckle first, see what we get. Something relevant. Moonglade Portal, I mean, it's something. It's not exactly what we want, though, honestly. A little bit scared here, because as soon as he hits an Earthen Scales, we're just going to run out of gas, right? Like, I don't think we're going to kill him in time, because he's able to trade into our stuff for fairly reasonable value, which is annoying. We need some sort of big play. We need, like, a Buccaneer that he can't answer. But that's a pretty unlikely draw at this point, honestly. Tar Creeper we can deal with just fine. We can trade into that with the patches. Go face for 4. We'll re-weapon and probably Corsair next turn. We can't Buccaneer yet very efficiently. We'll be close next turn. 1 Deadly Poison or something gets us there, but... So we're actually close to lethal right now, 7, 10, 11. I mean, he has other things, taunts, he has armor with Earthen Scales. Like, there's a good chance he just outpaces us from this point forward. We might just have to play the 5/5. We can probably just Moonglade Portal instead, though, because it's going to summon a 6-drop that's likely better. That's a slow play. Feral Rage, though, is bad. Yeah, Feral Rage. Crap. I don't think we can trade into this stuff. I think we just have to go. God, I can't even activate that. What is the odds of having this many expensive cards in hand? Yeah. I don't think we can trade, like I said. I think we have to go face, face, face. And just hope we hit the Eviscerates and he does not hit the Earthen Scales and stuff, because Earthen Scales is going to be a problem. We're just kind of in a race against time here and against draws, I think. 168 people watching on YouTube right now, by the way. You guys are insane. That's a lot of people to be watching a live stream, but I love it. 15% luck, 60% skill, 320% face. That's right, Raphael. That's exactly right. This is a big problem. I need to desperately hit to the... That's a good card. That's a good card. We can hit the Vile Spine here to go face some more. And hopefully, again, we just race this guy down. We're never going to hit this Lucky Dude. I can already see why this card is bad. It's just, I don't know if our deck has enough ways to get to 3 attack weapons. Like, it seems like we do, but we haven't. I guess we just haven't hit Deadly Poisons or Squid Faces in this game, so it seems less likely than normal even. We just have to dodge Earthen Scales, and I think we're going to find a win here. Earthen Scales, I mean, it's just so big at this point because his Jades are so big that we could be really, really problem. Regis, how many hours have you played Hearthstone? Oh, God. I wouldn't even want to venture a guess, but a bajillion. A bajillion hours. So he's going to clear. Eviscerate puts me on lethal. Just give me the Eviscerate and let's win the game. Fan of Knives might do it. Naga Corsair does not do it. Do I actually kill this right now? I think we kill this, right? No, I don't think we can. Because we need to keep him at 5, basically, to make sure that the weapon is always... Because he could go up to 6. We'll actually have the Corsair, though, so our weapon will be 2. Eviscerate will put us at 6 still. But he might taunt, so... I think chipping him down as much as possible is still valuable. Like, he's gonna... Like, 6 damage is enough for him to kill me in a couple turns anyway, so... I don't know. I might regret this, but we'll see. And we'll just go ahead and play this. We don't have any instant active pirate synergies, so just getting that damage plus the 2 on the weapon could matter over the course of multiple turns. Do you have a real job, Regis? I do indeed, yeah. I'm a director of marketing for a software development company. If I didn't have a real job, I would make so many more videos, guys. I already try to make a ton of videos despite that fact, but if I didn't have a job, believe me, I'd be streaming a lot more and making a lot more videos. This is the Jade. Yeah, we're dead. The Earthen Scales, I mean. He finally hit it, so... We can't win now. That basically put us out of reach. Even the Buccaneer now just dies to trade. Like, I don't even think Eviscerate and Eviscerate would do it at this point. We basically kind of missed our window. And we're probably just dead to the board at this point, too. Might as well do this. I don't think we can re-weapon yet, though. I know we're going to waste one kind of charge on this South Sea buff, but the game is over, so it doesn't matter. I could play this too, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to lose. Hit him in the face for 2 and hope he doesn't armor up and draw Eviscerate. That's basically the game plan right there at that spot. You have to put yourself on your outs. We just didn't kill him fast enough, right? We were basically 1 or 2 turns off. A Pirate Warrior would have done the job, by the way, but we're more mid-rangey and not quite as aggressive, so... We just hit some, like, that Fan of Knives is kind of pointless at that point in the game, right? Like, just Fan of Knives does nothing. Other than maybe draw us the Eviscerate, which is good. I mean, top decking and double your chances at top decking like that are indeed very valuable. But, maybe we could run an Assassin's Blade. I thought about that too, but... Oh, this would have been good too a while ago. Pretty cool, though. 9/9 for a rogue. You don't see that all the time. Add Leroy. Yeah, again, guys, I just don't think that damage stuff's going to matter. I do think Assassin's Blade makes sense with Envenom Weapon because of the durability of the weapon, but then you're kind of wasting the attack if you have to Envenom your Assassin's Blade. Like, it doesn't really matter that it's 3 attack. It could have just been 1 attack. So I'm just hesitant to add weapons in. I think I just want to stick on the hero power plan instead of the weapon plan. Because it's one of those things where if you buff up your weapon, and then your hero power weapon, and then you draw a weapon, you have no use for it. You have to overwrite your weapon. And it's not like Pirate Warrior where you're just burning through charges of your weapon to try to get a new weapon, which it's sometimes fine if you overwrite your weapon or draw a new one, because you're just reloading anyway. But in this deck, we're trying to establish a little more value on our weapon with Envenom Weapon and stuff, so you don't always want to run over your Envenom Weapon. That's a really slow hand. I feel like I've said weapon about a bajillion times, so who knows. Yeah, Waving It Fat, you've nailed it. We very easily could be playing Pirate Warrior. It would probably be better at what we're trying to do, but then what's the point? It's not fun. Everybody plays Pirate Warrior. I think we might just Blood Mage, backstab that next turn. We can save the coin. It's fairly valuable for us, probably. Especially with this bit of an awkward hand. We drew the patches and stuff, so... this is just a weird hand right now. Hard decision between you and Disguised Toast. Think I did the right choice. I think so too. Is he even playing Hearthstone yet? I heard he got banned and stuff, so I didn't know if he was even active yet. I think we'll still kill the Mana Worm here. We could just weapon backstab as well to save the Thalnos, but we don't really have that much upside on the Thalnos in our deck, and I think my hand is a tad awkward, so I'd honestly rather just get the cycle. Get some sort of value out of it. It's not like we're trying to hit some crazy thing later. A Fan of Knives isn't going to matter that much against Mage because they don't have that many 2 health things. They've got Sorcerer's Apprentices or whatever, but they have a lot of 3 health and higher stuff. So let's just go ahead and do this and basically get the card a turn sooner to make a difference. Disguised Toast got banned because he streamed an exploit, basically. He discovered an exploit, which is a good thing because it helps Blizzard fix the game and make it better. The bad thing, which I don't think anybody can debate, whether you're a Disguised Toast fan or not, is that he streamed it to like 6,000 people, which also means he generated video content for another 1 million people to watch so that everybody could learn how to do the exploit. And that is less of a cool thing to do. So I think that's the issue at hand. If 4 mana, essentially, I think we just go ahead and coin out the SI and send the patches to face. Patches is pretty useless at this point, but we need to utilize the coin if we do it. And we need to activate the SI7 agent, so it seems like the best route. And the patches will probably die for free, but if he makes a trade into the patches, we can clean it up with our weapon in the Bloodsail Raider on 4. And then buff our weapon with Captain Greenskin or Naga Corsair or whatever on following turns. So this seems like a fine line. It's not ideal. We're not going to send this into the minion. We're going to send it face, of course, but make him dictate. He might ping it too. In that case, we've got the trade this way. We're fine, basically. But it looks like we're going to be able to line into a Lucky Do if we do this right. So we might actually want to save our weapon charge on the turn 4, buff it to a 2-3 on 5, and buff it to a 3-3 on 6. We could also just sit Southsea Squidface into a Buccaneer on 6. I want to kill this, though, without putting this thing at risk of ping damage. So I guess we do actually burn a weapon charge here. It's fine. We can still do the green skin Corsair line. It just makes our weapon a little bit worse. He didn't actually discover the exploit, says Amused Parrot. Yeah, that's right. I mean, a lot of people had already posted it on Reddit and stuff, but he tested it or whatever and showed it off, basically. So I'm not going to explain the exploit here for the very same reason that I don't want to get my account banned. It's already been fixed, I think, regardless, so I guess maybe we can explain it. It had to do with Mirage Collar and some weird thing with minions who have imbalanced ownership, and the ownership of the minion affects the game state or something. It's really kind of complicated. Easy to pull off, but complicated to explain why it failed the way it did. And then basically it forced your opponent out of the game. You just automatically won because the game screwed up and they couldn't do anything. It like played 2 minions on top of each other. It was a weird looking bug. Board JMax3 is talking about a different past issue with Priest, which was this old Shadow Visions bug. That one was totally different, but similar in many ways. So I think we'll just go ahead and take this guaranteed to 3. But let's Swashbuckle first. God, how much damage are we going to have? 3, 8, 11, 14 damage right now. If we did the Eviscerate, we could take 18 damage. So we're in a crazy spot on damage. Hope this gives me a burn spell. Counterspell's not a burn spell, but still pretty cool. Only thing that really ruins me right now is if my weapon gets a bit destroyed. So we're going to go ahead and use a charge, because we don't need 2 charges to make the Buccaneer go off, right? Like, it's still going to go off. Flame Strike is scary, because it clears our board, right? But we still get to reload pretty big. And we've got him very low at this point as well. Not a Flame Strike. Well, still could be a Flame Strike, but you wouldn't ping in that instance. He's probably just dead. Are we even going to get to see the... Yeah, he's just dead. That's sad. I really wanted to see the Buccaneer, but he's just dead to board, right? Let alone Eviscerate. We just ran over that guy. Ran over that dude. Yeah, that felt pretty good, guys. That even worked out with the weapon buffs, too. We hit the right weapon buffs in order, so... That seemed like a pretty good little game. And that's against one of the best decks in the game, too, so... do you think there should be a card for getting rid of freeze on your minions? Might be a little overpowered, just wondering. Yeah, I think that'd be totally fine. I mean, Silence already does that, right? But freeze is not available to very many classes, right? So it would sort of be a tech card against mages specifically. I mean, there's a couple other instances of freeze, too, in the game. Neutral ones, and like Shaman has Frost Shock and stuff. But still, at the end of the day, it'd be a very... limited value tech card, which we've seen a lot of in Hearthstone, and they never seem to be a problem, so I think that would be a totally fine card to play. Amused Parrot says, first time catching you live, hope all is well. Indeed it is well, man. Thanks, and thanks for stopping by. Wow. That's new. You don't see that every day. Mage without 4 ice blocks, sacrilege. Yeah, I played a 4 ice block game against a Pirate Warrior the other day. He actually still ended up winning, but it was still hilarious to watch it unfold. I think I'm just going to go ahead and weapon and re-weapon instead of using the deadly poison. I can Naga Corsair it to 2 next turn. Because the Buccaneer's quite a ways away, right? So in other words, I may not actually want to like go big on a weapon just yet. And I don't really have a lot of mana anyway, so let's just do this, right? We can still get to 3 before the Buccaneer turn. Quite easily, in fact. We may not even need a deadly poison. We could Corsair to Corsair poison. So I'm just gonna you know, sneak in basically a free damage while I can. I think we might actually have to clear this board just because we want our Corsair to live. God, our weapon is crazy. It's going to be all damage, though, and no durability, so that's why it's so much worse than a Pirate Warrior weapon. I think we're going to clear. Remember, we're not totally a face deck, guys. We're a bit value-oriented, so... I don't really want a Deadly on a 1 durability weapon, so we probably just snag a Corsair and then follow up with Lucky Do on 6. I hope I don't have to kill a minion. It looks like I'm going to have to kill something. Oh no, Arcane Intellect's fine. We'll just Corsair, like I said. No need to Deadly, honestly. Let's save that for later. We can make a really big weapon later on 2 charges. We're just going to hold here for the Buccaneer on 6. This hand is getting pretty awkward, although quite symmetrical almost. It's going to be beautifully symmetrical once we play the Buccaneer. We'll have an extra card, I guess, but... crap. Is that Mirror Entity, guys? Probably not, right? It's probably Ice Block. Most of the time. It's mostly not going to be Mirror Entity. Based on what we've seen from this deck, right? Like, this does not look like a pure secret deck. It's got Waygate. He's probably playing for combo a little more defensive, trying to last throughout the game. So it's very unlikely that this is Mirror Entity. I just do not think it's going to be Mirror. Puckos says it's Mirror. I don't think it's Mirror. I mean, frankly, if we don't get this down safely, we're not going to win this game anyway because our hand is so awkward. So it doesn't really matter if it's Mirror or not. If it's Mirror, we lose the game 100% of the time. And the only way we win the game is by playing this. There's nothing else we can do with our hand, so we have to do it. Okay, worked out. It's Barrier, cool. I'm going to go ahead and go face with this because we're going to reload our weapon next turn. Or some future turn with all these crazy deadly poisons, right? Like, we've got insane with damage in hand, but nothing else to do. Backstabs probably aren't going to be very good against this deck. Oh my! That's helpful for me. How much freaking damage do we have? Oh my god. Dude. This damage is crazy. Just in case it's vaporized, we'll go there first. Can we pop the block right now? No, we don't have the mana to pop. We can only do 9.
Here we go.
We might have to eviscerate this. Well, no, we wouldn't have to. Never mind. It doesn't matter. So we have double eviscerate plus weapon next turn to pop the block. We should be totally good. Even if he clears our minions here. That was a lot of damage we had in hand.
I hope you like my invention.
And he doesn't have an answer for this, thank God. I mean, I'm sure he runs freezes and polymorphs and stuff. But we can do it now without our minions. Much rather use our minions, but save this for the next couple blocks. Thanos Volcanic Potion. That's pretty good, actually. Shoot. I think we just have to put him to 4 here. Instead of attacking him and leaving him at 9, I think we have to just use our weapon here. Pop the block at 4. Because that puts the Eviscerate still in range, right? We don't want to pop him at 9. Because then it's awkward for us. So let's just go ahead and do this. We could heal this guy or heal our face, but neither of those seems right to me just yet. I think we're fine to just... Let's go ahead and load up this Envenom Weapon, too. I don't think it matters. At least we'll spend some mana. If he plays, like, something, a taunt or whatever, we could get through it. But we shouldn't have to. We have the Eviscerates 2 turns in a row for Ice Block Lethal, basically. This is probably the other Ice Block he's drawing. Cold Light Oracle is just giving me more ways to get all this junk out. Like, thank you, sir. How do we want to pop this block? I mean, does it matter if we clear his minions? Probably not. It doesn't even matter if he's at 4. If he's going to Alexstrasza next turn, which, by the way, is a possibility, it doesn't matter if he's at 4 or at 1, and with the Eviscerates, it doesn't matter if he's at 4 or at 1. So I think I'm just going to send this guy face and play a Dread Corsair and SI7 Agent the Cold Light Oracle. In other words, I'm not going to try to get him down to 1 for the Ice Block lethal, because it doesn't matter. I have the Eviscerates in hand. I have 2 even for Counterspell. So I'm just going to do it this way. We're just going to kill this guy. If it was Ice Barrier, we still had lethal. It didn't matter. And we'll play the Corsair here and just SI7 this thing. Normally, you'd want to put him to 1, depending on your hand and the matchup right, but we just don't need to. So this just clears the board, plays it a little safer. And, I mean, he might very well Alexstrasza, but if he does, he's still dead to the board, so it doesn't matter. Is he going to hit combo? We might just be dead. Yeah, we're dead. Man. Oh, he may not have it, right? He's at 2 out of 6. It's possible to get there, but he may not have it. I've seen people do it, though. He's gonna get there. Are you freaking serious? Does he have full combo, though? He's only got 5 cards left. This is actually insane. No way! This is so insane! God. Dang it, we're dead. Unless he doesn't somehow have Antonitis, but he does. So stupid. So stupid. He was at 2 out of 6 and he got there. Oh my god. Why is this still happening on ladder? What does this work? Like 1 out of 25 times? Why is this still happening? I hope he disconnects because of all these extra pings. Like he times out or disconnects or something. He should start. Maybe he'll accidentally hit his own things too many times. No. He didn't goof it. I don't think I could have done anything differently there, guys. Maybe. But, I mean, he had the ice blocks, he had the combo. What? We killed him as fast as humanly possible, I felt like. I just don't. I can't believe he got there. 2 out of 6. And he got there. Part is just crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Ice Block needs to go as far as I... Not because of that game. I mean, that... It sucks to lose to those decks because you know he's only winning like 1 out of... Maybe half if he's really lucky, but probably not even that. He just... When he hits the combo, he wins. When he doesn't, he loses. And it sucks to lose those games because if you happen to hit the one where they find what they need, you're just helpless. Maybe we could have killed him a little faster, but I don't know. It felt like we had a pretty good burn rate there. I don't even really love Corsair because we do want to probably weapon up. So I'm not even sure I want to keep this. Like, I think a 3-drop might actually be better than a 2-drop here. But it is just an early cost card. I don't want to get that junk stuck in my hand, so let's try. That's the sort of thing that makes me want to quit Hearthstone. No, yeah, it happens. I get it. It is, in fact, annoying, but hey, it was fun. If you can live through that stuff, if you can have fun through that stuff, you're gonna be all right, right? That's gonna make you a Hearthstone pro. Okay. I could trade into that to try to set up a trade and stuff, but there's always Rock Pool, and I don't know how the math's gonna line up depending on what he plays. So we'll try to clean it up with a weapon next turn if we can, right? Like we'll figure it out, but. Until we know how to, I don't want to try to make that work. We might actually just trade in Grime Street. Unfortunately for us, we drew both Envenom Weapons, so the Grime Street loses a lot of value. I think I'd rather just weapon and try to hit the coin Corsair next turn. It's going to give us the better minion, and then we can re-weapon on like 5 for the Envenom Weapon to start killing the bigger stuff. Regis, do you think burn effect is a good idea for Hearthstone? A minion takes X damage to the end of each turn. So like a damage over time effect kind of, Blue Flames? Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, dots and hots are a big part of Warcraft, and this game's based on that, so sure. I don't know how good it would be, because it just takes so long to enact itself, but I do think it'd be cool. This Dread Crusader is going to get a lot cheaper with this Deadly Poison, so now I'm kind of like, do I really want to play this? Like, what? Maybe I just want to play a Bloodsail Raider? Maybe I just want a Deadly Poison Bloodsail Raider? Maybe I just want a weapon, re-weapon Deadly? Take it kind of slow? If I do that, I could actually even coin out the Dread Corsair, but then he'd have 2 attack out, and that wouldn't feel very good. I'd rather get this when I'm a little bit more ahead. If I weapon, just attack, re-weapon Deadly, I'm at 3. This guy takes me to 4 next turn, a true 4. So I could kill pretty much anything, but I wouldn't really have a good kill on the Stonehill still. 3 versus 4 wouldn't matter, but I could still just develop the Corsair, kill it anyway. And develop the Raider, right? The Dread Corsair. I mean, this is fine. We're kind of taking this really slow. We're taking this really slow, but this also gives me options. Like, I don't have to do that, because I can still get through this with the current weapon. So, I wanted to do this, but we've drawn 3 straight spells, so it feels so much worse. Is there a way for me to get to that safely right now? I don't think so. We kind of just have to go for it here.
Here we go.
Still a pretty good turn 4, though. We can coin out the Lucky Do next turn as well, which is nice. Hopefully we are able to kill the Murlocs in the meantime. Bluegill Warrior would be annoying because it would enable him to clear the board pretty easily. True Silver does the same, but I feel less bad about it for some reason because he's committing more mana, I suppose. This is not very good against Eldor Peacekeeper, though. But we'll see. Whoa! That is not a thing I expected to see. But it's not even that good. I just get to go ham here. This puts me in a great spot, I feel like. There's no real counterplay to Ice Block without Eater of Secrets. Yeah, that's right. It's, I don't like Solitaire-style cards that much in Hearthstone. I mean, I've learned to live with them, clearly, at this point. But, you know, it's one of those Solitaire-style cards where it's... Oh, we called that, didn't we, boys? We called that, alright. This is just always getting worse at this point. We have so many minions, but we keep drawing our spells. Like, come on. We might go ahead and just Envenom Weapon, honestly. Trade this in here, go 5 to face. We have another one, so it's still going to get value later. I mean, a 3-3 with it is not the ideal target, but there's just not much else to do, right? This does allow me to apply some pressure. If he plays like a Tyrion, eventually we can backstab trade. Our health is getting disastrously low, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. We've certainly stabilized the board to some extent. This guy getting nerfed hurts bad, but... Because imagine how much damage we'd be doing right now. If we would have backstabbed that minion, hit him for 14, he'd be at 14. Oh, God, that makes it even worse. God, that might be good later. I'm a little hesitant to do that. I think we just have to go minions here, though. We have to Grime Street. I mean, it's as bad as it's ever been, granted, but we gotta somehow win this game in the next few turns. We're gonna peter out a lot faster than him, and I'm gonna run out of health pretty soon, too, so... I think we have to try. This goes to 2-3, this goes to 4-4. Then my hand is dead, but we're doing a lot of damage to face if this stuff all lives, at least. And we're going to lose the value on this, obviously, too, but what can you do? What can you do? I actually have to backstab this as well, just because we want to protect our 5-1. So Tyrion comes down, we kill it with Envenom Weapon. We go to 4 health, though, is the problem. I think we have to take that risk, even with True Silver. If that's what happens, we don't know yet, but probably. They always have Tyrion on 8. That's bad, too, just because it finally kills that 5-1. And makes me feel like I wasted a Backstab. This is so risky, but we're going to Envenom Weapon that again, guys. And the reason is because with the taunt, we'll be safe from True Silver for at least one turn. And we'll be able to do 6 damage. We'll put him at 12. And, well, I don't know. If he does True Silver this, he takes 1 damage, he goes to 11. Then we'll have 6 damage again to take him to 5. We'd have 1 with a weapon to take him to 4. That'd put us on an Eviscerate lethal. Would not put us on any other lethal, though, I don't think. Oh, we'll still have the Eviscerate in hand, though. We're using the Envenom Weapon, so never mind. This is what we want. Yeah, this is, in fact, what we want. Yeah, I'm dumb. I was thinking we weren't going to get to use the Eviscerate because we're using it on the minion, but I just made the decision that that's not the case. So we're down to 3. Safe from Consecration, dead to Hammer of Wrath, I guess? Well, that'd be fine. Whatever. Finja. So we have 8 damage. Fan of Knives into Eviscerate. Fan of Knives into SI7 I don't think is enough. I think we're just dead. It's awfully close. But we're gonna die to, well, we may not technically be dead. I think we have to go for it while we can. Even wasting the Envenom Weapon charge just to put ourselves on some outs, right? Top deck Eviscerate's a lethal, even if he kills our minions. But we're probably just dead. We have 1 health. So if he can either get through this or summon a charge minion. Oh, Eye for an Eye is gonna kill us. Crap. Oh, man, we can't get through that either. Like, even if we get a lethal, it looks like we're going to get Eye for an Eye. So a draw is best case scenario, and that's not good enough. Crap. The Spike Grid Steed shut us out. It looks like we were going to get Eye for an Eye and draw, I think. But, man, Spike Grid Steed stole it. God, that was close. Oh, that was close, guys. I mean, I gotta be honest though, we're running out of gas a little bit. That's kind of to be expected, right? Like, we're a little bit more of an aggressive mid-range deck. That's not unlikely to happen. But I'm surprised how much we're going toe to toe with top tier decks. Like, we beat the good mage. We've went toe to toe with a paladin there, mid-rangey paladin, Murloc, and we almost had it. 1 or 2 cards the other way, we would have won that game. We'll get a shot against Shaman now, too. So, like, even though we're not winning, I'm still finding some happiness in this deck, if that makes sense. I just don't love the Bloodsail because we're going to want a weapon on, too. It's weird to toss this card away, but I just think we need to. But we do have coin, I guess. We'll keep it for coin's sake. What wins if you kill the Paladin and he has Eye for an Eye and you die as well? I believe the answer to that question is that we draw. We both get destroyed, and it doesn't count as a loss or a victory for either party. We'll just hold here. I mean, we could try to do something where we get a weapon out, get a 3/3 on 2. We still have the activator for the SI7 agent, right? But I think it's a little worse over time to do that because you lose the value of the coin in future turns. We can kill that with the SI7 agent, but is there really that much incentive to do so? Maybe we can just play a couple 3/3s here instead. We can still do that stuff later. Maybe we just play 1 3/3 here instead and save the coin. Because then we'll have an awkward turn 4 probably if we do that. Yeah, we could like weapon, Blood Mage, backstab. Yeah, let's just get both these out now. And we'll attack. Attacking that guy won't actually help though, will it? We have the patches too. I actually forgot about patches. Maybe we'll just kill it with patches. Backstab patches. But then I don't have an activator for the SI unless I save the coin. Patches is just going to be useless here because of the healing totem. That's the problem. So we kind of need to get the Patches value. I don't really love this, but it's okay. Saving the coin for SI, because next turn we can get to 5 mana and do some cool stuff. Very worst case, we can SI the healing totem. I feel like we've taken this a little bit too slow, is the only thing. So let's Bloodsail coin, SI, clear the board here. I just think we've taken it a little too slow. I think we could have gotten a lot faster with the double Bloodsail plan. I don't know that he would have had answers, because at this point he's got more answers. I love the YouTube chat right now. It's great, guys. Good, encouraging chat over there. It's beautiful. This is not the deck I thought it was originally. I thought we were still facing Token, who just got off to a super slow start, but obviously this is way more control-oriented. Can play both of these, but I also kind of like the idea of healing my minion a little bit. I don't suspect we'll need a ton of face heal. I think we just trade and heal the SI7 agent to play around Maelstrom Portal. I didn't think we were going to have to worry about Lightning Storm, but that is also going to be a concern, it looks like. So we might just lose our board to Lightning Storm as well. And if that's the case, if we're playing a more control matchup, we definitely should have got out on the board faster. I thought we were going to kind of let him get off to a little bit of a tokeny start and then recover it with Backstab, SI, weapon, trades. But it turns out we got off to a slow start, which means we basically gave a control deck too much time to get rolling. Although, oh wait, no, Dirty Rat was off his Stonehill, so maybe he's still tokeny, but Lightning Bolt's weird too, so I don't know. He's the slowest token deck in history if he's not more control. Still don't really get a signal there either, unfortunately. We can Blood Mage into Eviscerate to clear, weapon, trade, even Swashbuckle, but that's gonna put a lot of stuff on the board. It's okay. This gives me a card, so it's kind of cycling regardless. Might actually just be better off eviscerating and using my face to keep the board a little bit clearer. But the Blood Mage cycles as well. And there's a chance he doesn't have it. If he had Lightning Storm, I feel like we would have seen it because he rolled the Wrath of Air Totem. So I don't think... I mean, I'm still worried about Maelstrom Portal, but these things both cycled. So Maelstrom Portal doesn't blow me out of the game quite like Lightning Storm would. So let's just try to get the value here. We're going to be able to re-weapon like all future turns, so we might as well just utilize the weapon to clear, get some extra face damage through. Yeah, 1 and 2 sounds right so far as the win record, I think. I don't know for sure, but that sounds right. Maybe 1 and 3 even. But it's been close, like TSH said. They've all been close games despite that. Yeah. We'll Envenom Weapon the 3/6 here. We need to figure out how to trade into this thing. So let's do this first. See what we get. Swashbuckler's fine. We'll test this first. Could make a difference. Spirit Echo is great right now, in fact. Oh my god. Maybe we have to hold the Envenom Weapon. We could play like Primal Fin, Spirit Echo. Because if I Envenom Weapon, we don't know if we get these things back. There's so many minions on hand. I think we have to Spirit Echo already. And we'll Primal Fin and then Spirit Echo. It's going to give me so many cards. And then we'll just go face. We'll ignore that 3/6. I'm attacking with this one. It plays into Maelstrom Portal, but it plays against Lightning Storm a little bit. So, holy crap. Because it's not only... you know, these cards, but the Swashbucklers are also going to be generating new cards. Devolve, though. I'm going to get Devolved, and it's going to ruin me. That's the problem, right? Devolve is going to destroy my dreams. Yep. That's okay. Oh, actually, not bad at all. We got an upside there. These are about the same. This is not helpful, but... Hot Spring Guardian healing the minion instead of face. I think I like that. We can still Envenom Weapon. So, like, yeah, we got beat on that, but we had to try, right? Like, that was the only possible positive outcome. Do we want to just go face here? Like, he still hasn't cleared our board. It makes me think he doesn't have it. It's like we're one top a deck away from losing the game at any given point. So I think we're just going to go face. Put ourselves in a position to win. With damage later. He's already healed once, and he didn't heal face with the hot spring, so he might be limited on what's going to happen, but... Trade in before devolve? Yeah, maybe we should have. I think you're right. We should have traded in, but... What did we ended up doing face damage, though, and I think face damage is going to be what puts me in a position to win the game, regardless, so... Like, we might have it now if we hit the right card. 5, 6, 7... God, we're close to lethal! Ah, we're close to lethal, guys. So close to lethal. We can take off his weapon charge. That's good. That's good. We can play dudes. I think we'll just Envenom Weapon that and go face, right? It's the most efficient way to do it for damage's sake.
Here we go.
I can't actually play both of these, which sucks. But I wanted to get the weapon up anyway, so I don't think it matters. And I think I'm going to play the taunt, because it makes it... No, we'll play the Squid Sea, so that even if he kills it, we still have lethal damage with our weapon. And that also will make this cheaper in the following turn, so... We might be dead, is the only problem. 6, 9... Nah, he doesn't run Bloodlust in this deck. There's no way. Not with Jinyu Water Speakers. Not Taunt Totem? Crap! It was a 1 in 3 chance to get the Taunt Totem. So now we have to keep... He's trading, though. He's not AoEing. So are we still in a good spot? Like, we have to be able to get through the Taunt Totem. That's still lethal. That's lethal. We win. We win. We have lethal on board.
Well played.
3, 2, 2, 2. Does he have any trades left? No, we win. Woo! Woo! It's close, guys. It was close. So we actually ended up making... Although it seems perhaps bad to not play around the Devolve by trading in. In hindsight, in double hindsight, it looked even better to go for the face damage because we were going to run out of gas, and because he's a control deck, even with like 4 extra minions in hand, we're still mid-range V control, and winning faster I think is going to help.
I will fight with honor.
Watch your back.
Okay. I don't like that junk. We need early minions. Is Shield Flame good in Taunt Warrior? I've seen some lists run it fairly successfully. Yeah. Man, this sucks. What is this junk, guys? I think I'm actually just going to hold here. We're not like a token deck that this makes a ton of sense all the time because you want minions. We're a little more value, so we can actually hit a weapon on that and do something. Plus, it's not going to summon the patches, so that, you know, the value of it gets turned down even more than normal. You have a good weapon plan here, but against Paladin, I don't know. We're just going to have to see how this goes.
Here we go.
I'm going to go ahead and make that attack just to probably kill it next turn. Maybe set it up for Fan of Knives. Maybe set it up for patches. There's a couple different reasons that could work out for us. It's 2 extra damage, which could also be impactful at the end of the day, but Stonehill ruins our dreams. It's okay. It's fine. Might still Fan of Knives, although it's really good against Paladins, the issue. I'm going to be wasting my 1 Fan of Knives. SI7 Agent instead will be a pretty good way to pick that off. I could play the Bloodstill, or just play the Patches too. Patches doesn't do much, it just sits there and eats a trade. But at the very least, it's not quite as bad as against Shaman like last game where the trade gets healed off, so. No spectators for now. It got out of hand when I had spectators. Too many coaches. Not enough spectators. I'm sorry. I know it's probably not you specifically, but if I open the floodgates, it goes crazy. Alternatively, we could just play this and not ping that off, because we don't really have to. Could also just play like the South Sea Squid Face, but I think we have a good combo here. I don't really want to waste it.
This guy's toast.
Just gonna play the patches as a 1/1. It's a Silver Hand recruit, right? Oh, yay, we held it, and we're gonna get value. That was inevitable, but it looked like we were gonna be able to handle that with the SI. Unfortunately, the True Silver kind of changed that plan, but at the very least, the Earthen Ring now should line up fairly well against that guy, too. Looks like maybe just re-weapon Blood Sails our turn 4 or turn 5. Like, we could Captain Greenskin, I guess. Depends on how the math lines up here.
Reporting for duty.
No, I think we're okay. Bloodsail Eviscerate on the Acolyte might actually be worth it. He's clearly a little slower, more controlly if he's running Acolyte of Pain, so we don't want to give him too many cards. And I can't kill it very organically, so... I think we're going to re-weapon, so let's just save the health on this guy. Looks like my health total is not going to be an impact at this game. Really. Well, I guess your health total is always going to make an impact on the game, but if that becomes an issue where our health total gets low, he's probably already won at that point. Ah, that was a 50-50 that we lost. That sucks. I mean, it's still a good minion to get for free, because it's like a Yeti, but... sucks that we hit the Death Rattle one. Would have been amazing to get for free. The Battle Cry one, that's like just a 50-50 we just lost. That sucks. That's no fun. We can maybe like backstab Fan to take that to 3, trade it in, see what we get off the Fan. Fan is going to be not very good in this matchup, it turns out, because he's more control oriented. We have to backstab first, just preemptively. We should probably backstab this one, because the way the trading works out, we're going to get more value off of trading here, I think. Because this kills more stuff. I'm not sure it actually matters, but we'll figure it out. Okay. We're pretty bad against Consecration right now. But not really any other good way to do it. Player on Noble Sack. We're just like, we're gonna lose the Consecration no matter what. We could have kept this guy alive, but there's no other way to do it. Like, what do you do? What does that help us, right? We have to kind of just hope he doesn't have it. Actually, it was not a mistake, for the record. There's no other way to do it. Megalomania. He sounds like a megalomaniac. Indeed. Let's just re-weapon South Sea Squid Face. We can hit the Corsair next turn, maybe. Okay. That's fine. Death Rattle minion dying. It's okay. We're going to lose, though, because we're just too far behind. Like, we haven't gotten far enough ahead on the board.
Put your faith in the
Oh, crap. Well, okay.
Here we go.
I guess I have to play this, but again, he's gonna kill it, and we're gonna lose. We're out of cards. We have no path to victory, so why not? Like, maybe he forgets it's there. Maybe he has, like, one of those, like, spot blindness issues where he can't see cards exactly in the middle of them in the field. Wonder if that Dirty Rat going the other way would have helped us much. I don't think so. We still didn't have great answers, but... because we couldn't have killed the Squid Face right off. He actually didn't kill it. He's just going for lethal. I like it. Cool.
Here we go.
How bad is it that this is a 4-attack Envenom Weapon? It's not a great synergy. He has 7 damage as far as we know, so we'll just go face. Maybe we somehow draw 7 cards at once and get like 4 Eviscerates and win the game. But again, we're just dead. I think he found lethal, guys. Between the, the Spikers and the War Leader. What do you think? Hey Regis, glad to catch at least some of the stream. What did I miss? Just been playing this deck. We got another 35 minutes or so to play this weapon, Pirate Rogue. We basically lost like 1 or 2 stars, I think, at this point, but winning some games, having some really close games also. It's fun. I'm not sure it's good, but it's fun. It's different. It's poison doesn't work on Divine Shield's Decreation ZZZ. You have to do damage to the minion. It's the damage effect from the poison that kills them. So you have to pop the shield first. You can test that with stuff like the little minions too. That's a bad hand. Is this the same guy? Gabagoo? No, it was Megalomania before. But Gabagoo, yeah. Alright, we can kill that with a weapon at least. Could actually try to set up a cool Phantom Knives, but I don't think it's going to work. Because we know at least one of these is buffed to more than 1 health. Plus, there's War Leaders that are a thing, so I think we have to go this route. We need a 1-cost card or a Backstab desperately. 1-cost card for the Eviscerate War Leader that comes out eventually, or oh, Phantom Knives actually would have worked. Crap. We couldn't have known. It still works. Like, we can still do it. I think we just will. It's fine. Just didn't actually matter functionally. I think we took 1 extra damage, maybe. Oh my god, he's just flooding, dude. I think weapon blood sale's fine. We could backstab 1, but we could kill both with SI backstab, but it's a little more awkward for mana costs, right? This is going to be one of those games where you take a lot of... Oh, we can just patches this one. That's fine. I forgot about that. We took extra damage because I could have traded this way. Yeah, now that we can keep patches alive, I think I'm going to backstab. It also covers up my misplay a little. But we still have the activator for the SI and actually Eviscerate. We can blow up a board pretty easily at this point as needed. So keeping the patches alive makes the backstab worth it. Divine Favor, not that good at this point in the game, actually. This must be like a Tyrion or a Sunkeeper or something. No, because it has to be a Murloc, right? Because he buffed the Murloc with it, so it's not one of those things, in fact. I don't like that our weapon only has 1 charge, right? Especially when we have other weapon buffs in hand, but that just made the most sense. To get out sooner rather than later. The Naga Corsair is like kind of always going to be sort of halfway good. The other things might get better later. We're just going to do this, and God, we could get this out for free, though. Right? Because we can Corsair Deadly up to 4. This goes 0, which would protect potentially against Finja. Because right now we know he's going to hit a Finja. But I think I'd still just rather make the better play than the gimmicky play, because there's other stuff like Consecration that would just deny that plan and be pretty good. So let's just make the good play now. Because frankly, even with, if he gets some good Murlocs off this, we have a lot of answers in hand. Just a lot of ways to deal with stuff. And this gives us the better 2-charge weapon, which we might just win the game on damage, too, at this point. He runs a lot of Murlocs, so he's not guaranteed to get, like, War Leader, Bluegill, or whatever. He probably has a War Leader in hand that he's using anyway, which would have got through the Dread Corsair, too. So this was, like, the gimmick play that didn't make a lot of sense. That's a lot of dudes. Yeah, see, it wouldn't have worked. We should have just enough damage to win here. I think we just win the game, right? 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we have like a bajillion damage.
This guy's toast.
Can you loan me your pack opening luck for just 1 day, says Exercise 1. No, I can't, but I'm happy to bless your packs if you'd like. So Exercise 1, your packs have hereby been blessed. And that was great. We just rolled through that game. That one felt pretty good too. Like a couple of these games when things roll your direction, they feel fantastic. But if you miss things or feel a little off curve, it starts to fall apart pretty quickly. So I don't know. It's over. Please come back to us, says Esperanza. What's over?
You're back.
Please, RegisKillbin. What, Esperanza? I don't know what you need. Tell me what you need. I'm happy to help. This is alright. Get a patches, maybe. This drama. The chat drama. I'm not keeping up with it, honestly, very well. But it sounds like somebody in chat is claiming they're ugly and having trouble with finding girlfriends. And we're hearing some like high school drama retold. I'm sorry, I can't control the drama in chat. They're not breaking rules, I guess. I mean, maybe I need to add a chat rule about no stupid drama. This might actually be good against Medivh. It's almost worth keeping, but it's one of those things where if we get to that far in the game, I think we might have lost anyway. So maybe I just need to coin it out, you know? Some good damage right there, actually. With Blood Mage Thanos, it's actually crazy good. It's like +3 spell damage, I think, so. Yeah, I can't decide. Like, it's... Yeah, we just need the pressure, I think. Volcanic Potion's gonna ruin my dreams, but it's okay. To be honest, I stayed for the drama. Yeah, guys, I mean, you can just ignore people in chat if you don't like them. Just can't you just click next to their name and ignore or block? You don't have to be a part of it. Choose to excuse yourself. I think we got to play this instead of weapon. We don't have any cards to play in hand. Neither of these... I mean, we could have weapon to get the Corsair out on 3, but we just need to cycle, and this is just tokens, whatever. Volcanic Potion, I don't care. Give me a card. I need to play something. Cone of Cold instead. Okay. Great news. God, that's junk, actually. Still 2 cards down and still where we were. Exactly. This is awful. Absolutely awful. I will sub just for the drama. 20 people left. I don't think 20 people left specifically because of the drama. It tends to drift downward on the YouTube side of things over the course of the stream. That's fairly normal. But, I mean... I know who you are. Oh, okay. Cool. That's alright. I'm going to hold my charges because they don't do much now, but they might do much later. We got the Buccaneer coming. This might be a swing on us, swing card for us. I don't know. We'll see. I thought it was Twitch chat that was supposed to be toxic. I think anywhere you get groups of people together with some sort of anonymity, they all end up fairly toxic at some point or another, don't they? I think that's the real issue at hand. That's 3 mana. This doesn't do much. Eviscerate doesn't... I mean, Eviscerate could help me clear the board, but I feel like it's going to be better later. I think I'm just going to Dread Corsair. Trade. No, we might actually just South Sea Squidface trade. We can still Dread Corsair, I guess. That's fine. Yeah, that's a pretty good turn. I didn't even see that one, but it makes sense. We still have the Buccaneer on 6 if we want, which is good. This is a little bit awkward for me if he does it in pings. Like, he's got a 2-1 that I might just ignore, or might actually send the weapon into it still. But it's something he has to deal with. pressure, and it forces him to ping maybe, which is tempo that slows him down. So I think we still just Buccaneer here though. We could backstab almost, but it doesn't work. Fan means we don't get to get this out sooner, which is bad, and I think we want to get this out. And like I said, we'll just kill this. It's fine. This might die for free at this point because we don't have a weapon active. But we could also potentially do 18 damage next turn with Arcane Missiles if he doesn't play a minion. So, or even more, 22, depending on what he does. We're not to Medivh, so I don't know. We can answer some stuff too with our hand. Our hand's a little bit more reactive than proactive, so let's see what happens. Amazing. Polymorph? He's just stunned to see this card. He doesn't even know what this card is. He's like flipping through the collection on the internet right now. Like, is this? I don't even remember this card. Where did this come from? Is he gonna leave that alive? How much damage is this? If these all hit face, it's lethal, right? It's 13 plus 9. And if not, we put him down to like 3. We gotta do this anyway. It's fine. Puts him to 6, I guess? 2. Puts him to 2. Okay. Well, SI is lethal. Eviscerate's lethal.
Amazing.
Cool. I can't count, apparently, but either way, that puts us in a pretty good spot. I think he's just dead. I think he's just dead.
Well played.
This guy's toast.
Oops. Misclick.
Well played.
Wow, guys. Wow. That felt pretty good. Hey, I think we're close to a winning record right now. Let me actually check if I can see and find the stats. Like, didn't we start at 9 and 2 stars, or maybe 9 and 1 stars? Let me see if I can find the stats on this. Let's see, Rogue. I got us 4 and 4. We're 4 and 4 so far, guys. Hey, that's not bad for a day 1 deck. That's very off meta as far as building is concerned. We're doing okay. And I feel like we were real close on a couple of those. Like, we're real close to like 6 and 2. We're like a couple points of damage off from 6 and 2, which I feel great about. So much damage. Yeah, that was brutal. Day 1, I mean, like, this is the first day I played it. Day 1 deck. Like, we built it an hour and a half ago. So, in other words, it hasn't been refined, it hasn't been tested, we haven't made substitutions, it's still iteration number 1. It's 1.0. Oh. Patches. Patches. Number 1 mulligan card NA. I only got about 20 more minutes, guys. I have a hard exit tonight at 7 o'clock. So I need, if I can, I need to leave a couple minutes early, basically. Ooh, that would have been so good. I think we can go ahead and backstab that, right? And just patches. This just gives me stats on the board. I don't really care about the 1 damage to face. But next turn I can actually weapon coin deadly to kill something as well. So we can probably get this patches through for a few attacks. And an eventual trade that does some good math for me, right? And we'll do exactly that. This is also going to make our Dread Corsair a pretty sick tempo play. If we want to. We'll probably have to next turn. Did I attack with patches? It seems like I forgot. Yeah, 28. Yeah, I did. Okay. This deck is fun. Yeah, it is really fun, actually. It's pretty cool. It's like you get to play pirates and have fun with pirates without feeling like a total jerk by playing Pirate Warrior, which can be sad. Guys, I don't know if that was BM. I draw just... Oh, okay. That's up to the person, I suppose. I can't say whether or not you think a thing is BM. That's 100% up to you. But my distinction there is... I don't feel good about this. I kind of want to save the Bloodsail for the inevitable True Silver. So it's like, what do I do with my turn? Do I just heal? Just heal face and trade the patches and save the weapon for the really nice Dread Corsair SI7? I think so, actually. We don't need the patches. It's fine. He did his work. He did his work. So if we see the True Silver to clear here, we'll play Blood Corsair SI. Or some other combination. If we don't see that, we'll Dread Corsair SI7 agent. And now I kind of have to save this weapon because of the Lucky Do. Like, we just have to. Oh no, I know you weren't being serious, TSH. I know. I know you don't think I'd BM. But let me just clearly say, BM, if you, people in chat don't know what that means, it stands for bad manners. And that means basically when you do something like unsportsmanlike with your opponent. Some people out there in the world might have thought the way I killed that mage last game was bad manners because I attacked my own face with the SI7 agent and like showed basically numerous ways I had to kill him. But let me make a distinction that I don't actually think that was bad manners. Because sometimes people like to see what was in your hand, and like the fact that I showed him that I had like 7 damage meant that he wasn't actually that close to winning anyway. So in case he thought I had like a top deck or whatever, it left him in a better state of mind than if I just played one card off the top of the deck that killed him. He might have thought, oh my god, this guy's so lucky he top decked or whatever. Sometimes showing your hand can actually make your opponent feel better about the game. But beyond that, also, I didn't like drag it out or take a long time in between actions. I did it as quickly as possible and just killed him, showing him all the damage I had in hand. So I actually prefer when an opponent does that, personally. I think I'm still going to hold this. It's not a card I need, right? Like, it's not going to do anything. I have to kill this, though, because of Spike-Ridge Steed on 6. But I think I can still just hold this. It might matter later. And I still have to hold my weapon charge because of the Lucky Do. So unfortunately, we didn't draw like a Captain Greenskin would have been amazing that turn. South Sea Squidface would have been fantastic. Like Naga Corsair would have been great. We had a lot of good draws that turn that we didn't get to utilize. We have 12, 15 damage. God, we're close to lethal. I think we're gonna trade in this one. No, actually, we'll just use face here.
Here we go.
How much do we have? 15. Like, I'm a little bit worried about, like, Equality Consecration putting this guy back in the game, right? Like, it's actually a little bit of a risk.
Here we go.
So I think I'm going to go ahead and just deal with this stuff. And Spike-Ridge Steed, too, could get in my way a little bit. How much damage? We're going to put him to 7. If he Spike-Ridge Steeds, I can do 9 to get through the first half. We won't actually have lethal with Spike-Ridge Steeds, so I'm going to clear the board again. It's a little bit risky, because now I don't have... I could have put him to like 2 or 3 or something, or 4, I think, and had like an Eviscerate out, which if he does Equality Consecration now, it doesn't exist. I don't think this guy runs Equality Consecration. Ugh. Ah.
Here we go.
I mean, we might still find this, right? There's still routes to victory here. We have, I mean, if he doesn't have a taunt, we're potentially going to kill him next turn. Sunkeeper is okay. It's actually pretty good. Because I just can't get... I can get through it, but I only get to do 3 damage to his face. He probably goes to 1 at that point, though. Hydrologist could definitely interrupt some damage here. That's scary. I don't think he got Noble Sack, though, because he would have snap-picked Noble Sack. He would have snapped it. I don't think he did. Ooh, that Equality Consecration. That's one of the most brutal Equality Consecrations I think I've ever experienced. Joseph Gomez says, hey, Regis, got an Ungirl pack and I need your blessing. Sure thing, man. Your pack has hereby been blessed. Go out there and open up your Quest Rogue or your Quest Warrior or your whatever you want. Elise Trailblazer. She's got a pretty cool body for 5 drops, so be a good one. Bless that guy at the pack. Oh, Spike Ridge is probably the game. I don't think we can get through now. Oh, we do have the Envenom Weapon, but we only have one. We still gotta worry about the freaking... Oh... This could be good. Tyrion? What? Oh my god. I don't care about that redemption. It doesn't get the buff back, so who cares? Oh my god. There might be some logic to attacking there, but I don't think so. Oh my god, guys. Guys, what? I said Tyrion and it happened instantly. Oh boy. This game is something else right now. We can still lose, but this if we get this weapon and he doesn't destroy it, like I don't know how we lose. We're gonna have so much damage coming through. We don't have a ton of health is the only other side of that. Oh my god, the equalities this guy runs. Primordial Drake. That is actually a big pain in the butt. Oh man. Because I'm gonna die before I get through it. What do I need here? I don't even know what I need. Hammer of Wrath would be pretty good because I get through the taunt. Equality would help too. I don't know, lay on hands maybe? So if I attack into this, I go down to 10, and I know that he has 9 damage on board. Still, Smuggler's Run, like... Come on, dude. Double Tyrion? Where are you at, Double Tyrion? This is good, though, because it's an Eviscerate activator. It might be all that we need, right? So Consecration kills me if I attack now. So basically I'm doing a calculation in my head, right? Which is more likely, that I attack into this and I draw a 3 damage thing that gets through that? That just doesn't exist. There's no such thing. I think I have to hold here. I think if I attack, he just has too many ways to kill me, because I basically let this thing attack twice in the same time period. It could have attacked once. So I think I just hold, play for the Eviscerate draw, and just keep myself alive for an extra turn. I don't think attacking into this helps me any at all. Vilespine Slayer would be a lethal draw next turn. Not anymore with Spike Ridge. God, so now it's just Eviscerate right now. Eviscerate's my only... And we would have been dead if I'd made the trade. So Eviscerate, I think, is my only out. I think it's only Eviscerate. It's like a 2 out of... Nope, Fan of Knives into Eviscerate. It's something, it's a dream, it's a hope, and it's a prayer, and it's not it.
Here we go.
I want to attack up here.
Incredible. Here we go.
Yeah! No! We're dead, guys. We're dead, guys. That was a great... That the Swashbuckler and the Swashbuckler was fantastic, though. God, Hearthstone doesn't get any better than that. The highs and the lows, the dreams, the hopes and the prayers, and ultimately the salty failure and the losing to Spike Ridge Steed. God knows, if you ever play Arena, you've lost to Spike Ridge Steed plenty of times. Man, such good answers all around. We had a few top decks that would have put us in the game a turn earlier. Like if we'd drawn the Vilespine. Although actually we couldn't have comboed the Vilespine yet, so I don't know if that would have been an out. Another Envenom Weapon probably would have been an out. Before he did the Spike Ridge turn, like right after the Primordial Drake. We can keep the backstab, I guess. It's pretty good. That was a fun game though, guys. That's Hearthstone. That is Hearthstone. If you ever want to watch a Hearthstone game, that's it. Regis, what's the best legendary craft for Priest, Dragon Priest? I think for Priest, your best bet's just going to be Lyra, if you're looking specifically for a Priest legendary. Backstab SI's good, but we're going to be out of cards quick this game. We need to top deck, well. Need to top deck mid-range, basically. Backstab keeps some minions alive here, but at the end of the day, I think I need to get the weapon rolling and save the Backstab SI together on 3. We could Swashbuckle SI on 4, but it really just saves the patches. I don't know that it's worth it. I think we're just going to patches here and hope to swing it harder with these later. We'll see. This also just gets my hero power rolling since we're a little light on cards already. This is the kind of thing that extends our depth a tad. Might make a difference. It just makes us more efficient with our uses here. We may not need to backstab SI in this turn. It might be a waste because he doesn't have like 4 health stuff, but we might just weapon a hero power, swashbuckle, re-weapon, that kind of thing too, which is fine. This will always be a combo. Yeah, so it looks like that's exactly what we'll do.
Here we go.
Double swashbuckle is interesting too, but well, crap. Double swashbuckle makes a lot more sense now since I can get a 4-2 out, and I don't need to weapon necessarily. Let's just double swashbuckle because this thing is better the earlier it starts going. Let's think of wisdom as well. I mean, I was hoping for more depth out of our swashbucklers, but like bigger cards you do more, but at least card draw is pretty good. And this thing might be a little hard for him to resolve right now. Might get some real value. So we'll test for Noble Sack first, and then it looks like this stuff's going to clear the board. Okay, not Noble Sack. Might also be Redemption. So let's go here first. See what we get. Okay, that's fine. That means we're going to have to do this. Actually, we could still just do this way. We're going to put this Blessing of Wisdom on this little guy because it's the thing he wants to kill the least, right? He really worried more about these. I mean, Consecration kills most of my board, which sucks, but it's a card they have. Sometimes you just got to hope they don't have it, right? We couldn't really deal with everything and play around it that efficiently. Hopefully he doesn't have it, and we're just going to get to go card here 1,000 times. Seems right. I'm glad we traded this in then, because it was going to die anyway. It only ever had 2 health in the first place, so. And that's actually a sick draw because we got the Lucky Do in hand. He might not have an answer for the Lucky Do. Plus we just have like 2 turn lethal represented already from here. 2 more turns, I should say. Not next turn lethal. True Silver is pretty good. Little off curve at least. I think we'll go face with a Wicked Knife here. He may just not have an answer. Aldor Peacekeeper's good. Like, Paladin's pretty good against our deck, it turns out. Consecrations are good. True Silvers are good against all our 3 health stuff. Man! Aldor's good against our big guy. Like, he just has a lot of ways to kill our stuff. You have 8 damage in hand. Eviscerate should be lethal. Greenskin's not lethal, but he's fantastic. Great draw. He's on Spike Ridge, so I think we actually do have to clear this minion. He can't Spike Ridge Hero Power. If he could Spike Ridge Hero Power, I probably would have just gone face. But since he could, that should be lethal. 6, yeah, that's lethal. 10 and Eviscerate's lethal. Doesn't even matter if we combo, but every card we have is comboable, so. Yeah! Even after that brutal Consecration, we still just won the game. Pretty good Greenskin Buccaneer type plays there. We got some of our power cards actually swinging when they were supposed to. I gotta say, by the way, the Vile Spine Slayer just doesn't seem to be doing work. Like, it's just too slow for us. It's hard to combo in this deck at a point where it matters. Hey, Regis, I'm off work and ready to relax and watch the stream. That's awesome to hear, Lucas. Unfortunately, I'm going to be done in like 10 minutes, so I'm sorry to say you've already missed most of the stream. Although, this Decksperiment will be on YouTube at a future date. Very near future date, in fact. So, you can catch this on YouTube if you got here a little late. Sorry, dude. Sorry, sir. Oh man, is my I'm not getting notifications for follows or donations. What the heck, guys? Hold up, hold up. I didn't even know that. Oh shoot, I had it turned off. Crap, I missed a ton of follows and donations. Ajax, I didn't even see your donation. I hope you're still here, Ajax. Let me see if I can catch you. Let me see if you're here. I'm sure you are. You're always here, in a good way. Yeah, Ajax is still here. I missed your donation. Donated $5, everybody. It's supposed to pop up on screen. I'm sad it didn't. But Ajax donated $5. Says, thanks for coming in on your day off and raising Lucky Dew from his shallow grave. Thank you so much, Ajax. That's awesome. And yeah, it's fun, isn't it, playing cards that nobody plays. I even had to spend 400 dust on that bad boy, but it's been worth it. He's awesome. He's really not that bad. It's bad against Paladins, granted, but everybody else it seems to be working really well against. This is a pretty good hand, honestly, for weapon stuff. We'll just take it a little slow here and catch up, I hope. The only problem with tokens is we can only attack one per turn, so we might have to just deadly poison Blood Sail and then coin out the green skin to get another durability to kill more of these dudes, because I really do need to start dealing with these already. Like, they're already kind of scary. Patches doesn't actually help. I always forget about patches in this deck for some reason. He's just going to get to trade patches in for free, which sucks. Like, he just gets to heal. But Ajax, thank you so much again for the donation, dude. That's really, really appreciated. Always means a lot. Next, I should have Dark Scale Healer. Yeah, I'd love to run a Priest with Dark Scale Healer, dude. That's actually a great idea. Prove to people that it's a good card. Gotta go, Regis. See you later. See ya, Joseph Gomez. Thanks for stopping by as always, dude. That's a pretty good answer for my Blood Sail, obviously. And the patches. We can kill the Flame Tongue Totem, though, really easily, thankfully. And we'll even not really waste a charge, because we're going to get the green skin charge here. Alternatively, we could SI Eviscerate. SI this guy, Eviscerate this guy, save the weapon to do better things later, since we do have an answer for the board. I kind of like that better, guys, I think. The SI theoretically lives to his weapon.
This guy's toast.
Gonna feel real sad if he has weapon removal, but otherwise, we can hit the true 5 for the green skin to kill some bigger thing. And we develop a minion sooner, this way better. Esperanza says, I had an idea for a Warlock card, and could you give me advice? What if you could deal 3, 6, or 9 damage to any minion, but you also deal that much damage to yourself? Just a thought. So you, like, discover a damage amount and deal it to a minion? How much would it cost in mana? 0 mana? So, like, Forbidden Healing? Or Forbidden, what's it? Forbidden Flame? Is that the name of the card? Yeah, Forbidden Flame. Pretty good deck. Pretty good draw. Pretty good draw. I think we kill this too just to protect our Dread Corsair. How did our... Oh, Jade Lightning, of course. Yeah. That's fine. I mean, Jade Lightning on an SI7 agent that's already gotten its Battle Cry is really not that good of a play. I mean, he wasted the spell damage. Didn't matter. Didn't waste it, but it didn't really matter. So we're developing a good board. We're still in danger. He has a lot of stuff. I need exactly Blood Mage Fan to clean up some of this junk. I don't know if I want to waste the weapon charge on the Stonehill here, because like we can keep this thing still at 3 health, which is meaningful already. Trading and maybe get this on something more valuable to protect our minion health a little more. Let's just see what he does. Hex. Okay. That's actually fine at this point. He doesn't know about our Lucky Do Buccaneer, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and use this now, because it looks like we're going to re-weapon anyway, and we can now kill the spell damage totem here, and this thing will give our new weapon stats as well, so I'm okay with that now. I just hope we draw the Lucky Do Buccaneers to punish that Hex in time. Like, we're going to have to get him some point soonish, or it's just not going to matter. Ran your Elemental Mage budget deck from 25 to 19, and with adding a couple Blaze Callers, got to rank 13. That's awesome, dude. What happened here? Devolve? Really? Yeah. Arcane Golem, we got the stats back. We obviously lost our weapon buff, but it's okay. I don't really like this turn. I don't want a Squid Face and Envenom Weapon together, because then you got like a buffed Envenom Weapon that it doesn't matter if it's buffed. I kind of just want an Envenom Weapon, kill that, and like go face, or maybe even trade into the Sealing Totem. I might just go ahead and play the Squid Face anyway, just for the stats, and like just consider it a 4/4, not even worry about the buff. And I'm killing this for Flame Tongue Totem, Bloodlust, all the cards, Evolve. There's so many ways that Shaman can benefit from having minions on the board, even though it costs me damage. I think it's still going to be worth it, because we do have a good board stabilized here, so we can still pummel him for like 11 damage per turn right now. That's scary always. Aya is also scary, but in a different way. I don't know that I can deal with Aya right now. I think I might just have to leave the 5-attack Aya up so that she gets slower value return. I could go ahead and just kill her and eviscerate the other guy, trade into here, trade in here. I guess that's okay too. Suppose I should eviscerate the Aya and trade into the 4/4, shouldn't I? That would save me some health. We lose damage here is the only problem with this play. It's a little sad, but we're going to re-weapon, so we'll put the damage on this guy here, because if it dies, we do get some value back. And now we just have to hope our board sticks. Like, that's... Maelstrom Portal kills this guy, but again, we get something out of it. I don't know. We just... eventually I'm going to have to stop trading into stuff, but he's just been playing scary stuff that I have to trade into a little bit, so... I don't know. We need to start pressuring soon, though. Clearly. He's running out of cards, too, which makes me want to pressure more. That's worth a backstab. Just to save some damage here. We have to go face now. This is such a bad top deck. Like, if we hit the Lucky Do, we probably could have traded a little more again, but this is such a bad top deck that we have to go face. Because we're otherwise going to run out of gas, right? We need to kill him now. And this should put me on lethal next turn as long as his stuff lives. The top deck basically decided how we either kill this minion or leave this minion, right? If we'd gotten something good, okay, that's good, but 8. Oh, that's really good now. Crap, really good. We have 6 damage in hand. Naga Corsair is solid. I still think we go face, though. We basically put him to eviscerate range here. And Naga Corsair range. He has to kill the Corsair. He might be able to Hex it. Hex is not something I see in these token decks a lot. I don't even think he's that control-y, because he's got Flame Tongue Totems, too. It's probably just a one-of if he does run it. That's a taunt. Oh, God almighty. Eviscerate still puts us on lethal. It's fine. Well, it actually doesn't. We need, Here we
go.
So, okay, Bloodlust kills me no matter what, right? Because it's 8, 11, 14. So, if he has Bloodlust, we lose the game. Jade Lightning does not kill me, though, as we currently see it. Flame Tongue Totem also does not kill me. What I'd really like to do is attack this. We go down to 7. That plan won't work. That plan won't work. I think I just have to save this Deadly Poison. We can't get through this thing right now, so there's no advantage to doing that. I think we just save this Deadly Poison for a... Oh, both of our Eviscerates are gone. Oh, God. I don't know if we have a way to win. Vilespine Slayer, we do. So we have to save this for the combo Vilespine. Yeah, I think Vilespine Slayer is my only out. Man, that sucks. It's like the one taunt mana we couldn't get through. Yeah, we're done. Man. Maybe we should have turned the corner a turn earlier, but he was sitting on that Bloodlust forever, so actually I don't think we would have been rewarded from that. Because if we'd ever left 2 or 3 minions up, He would have bloodlusted his totems and traded into our stuff, and then we would have had a totally dead board. So I think we were still making the right call, although it was very debatable. And there you have it. That was my Weapon Pirate Rogue. A pretty interesting little deck. We took some tough losses. We didn't have the best win rate overall, but clearly there was something about this deck that was at least working some of the time. And with a few refinements here and there, I suspect this could actually be a halfway decent new way to play Rogue for somebody who's got a lot of Pirate cards and looking to do something with them without maybe succumbing to the temptations of Pirate Warrior. But all that said, if you guys have any thoughts, comments, questions, suggestions for this deck, I'd love to see those in the comments below. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, game on.